remember these two? Well, as it turns out, there is a devil-like figure lost in time, uncovered in a 230-year-old painting following the restoration from this. They took the hammers to it, so of course that led to needing to be restored. A devil-like figure featured in the painting by a renowned artist that's more than 230 years old has been rediscovered after it. It's an 18th century artist, Joshua Reynolds. He died in 1792, referred to by the Trust as a fiend, an evil spirit or demon. That painted figure proved to be controversial at that time. Now, this cover was covered up by layers of paint and varnish, which included, in Reynolds' painting, based on Shakespearean death scene, which this was titled The Death of Cardinal Belfont. Specifically, the painting shows a scene from Shakespeare's Henry VI, Part 2, with the king witnessing the death of a Cardinal Belfont. Here are the paintings. See, you can gradually see something back there. As it gets closer, you can tell there's something there. But this is what was actually painted there. The figure, which included fangs and a sinister expression, was painted at the head of the bed, just above the dying Buffon's head, stating that it didn't fit in with some of the artistic rules at the times to have a poetic figure of speech represented so literally in this monstrous figure. While it is considered acceptable in literature to introduce the idea of a demon as something in someone's mind of a person, to include it visually in a painting gave it too much of a physical form. There were even people who argued that this should have been painted out, although records of the conservators with the artist shows he resisted such attempts to alter the work. The painting by Reynolds, first revealed at the Shakespeare Gallery in 1789, is one of the 4 that the National Trust has conserved to mark the 300th anniversary of the artist's birth. After it being examined by the painting experts at the National Trust, it became clear that the find in the artwork had been painted over by several people and included 6 layers of varnish. Reynolds was often difficult for conservators because of the experimental way he worked. He often introduced unusual materials in his paint medium, striving for the effects he wanted to achieve, said Becca Helen, and the Trust's senior national conservator for painting. The area of where this fiend was found is difficult because it is, and in shadows, it was painted with earth browns and dark colors, which would always dry more slowly, causing shrinkage effects. With the layers added by nearly every restorer, it had become a mess of misrepresentation and multiple layers of paints. Now they wanted to allow the fiend to be uncovered, though removing all of the non-original darkened varnishes and ensuring it still correctly showed its form and perspective with the work that they did. The painting is now back on display at Pentworth House in West Sussex after the treatment that it got by the 2. So, was these 2 drawn to do the bidding of the demon? Or did the demon want to be unveiled? And what materials did this artist Reynolds use in his paint, in his artwork? Country Crazy out.